Hello, I'm Patty Fynn, and I'm making a Magic Gathering Red Green deck profile. I recently just got back into Magic and decided since I haven't made a video in so long, I would make it on Magic the Gathering. And I updated this deck. No, it's this deck. I just like it started as 60. I counted down up. I found out 75. So eventually I'll get it to be a 60 card deck with a 15 card sideboard. But here's the deck profile. I use 10 forest or green land or green based land, anything you would like to call it, and 12 mountain. And then I also use, for non-basic land, I use 1 treetop village, which is pretty good. Add 1 green, even though it comes in tap, sort of counts as 1. And then 2 evolving wild, just to sacrifice and then search for a basic land. A little bit helpful. And I usually just use evolving wild to search for a green basic land or forest. Just because I know I have more mountains. I use 1 acid web spider, 1 plummet, 1 versatile boar, 1 gloomy widow, 1 watcher in the web, 1 lumber knot, 1 grounded, 1 crushing vines. I just with just a few people who just matter, few people I know told me just make sure you have stuff to counter flying, or his flying is a sort of in every deck a little bit. I know there's some decks that don't have any flying. We gotta have some way to counter the flying and other cards. And I use 1 font of plurality. You sacrifice it into your library for a basic land card and put it onto your battlefield tapped and shuffle your library. It's basically evolving lands, but with a little bit more of a cost. I use 1 Staryu Wayfinder, 1 Nemesis Immortals because it's a very good card in late game. Overgrowth basically gets me 2. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, it adds 2 green to his or her mana pool, and that's nice. I can even enchant one of my mountains, so I get a red plus 2 green, which is nice. Titanic Growth, 2 Mortals Resolve, that is handy. It's one of the most handy low cost instants I know. I know there's better. Sure, there's some better ones, but I attack with the card. They block, and then I play it and increase mine. They become a tie. My creature still doesn't die, and theirs just dies. And then I use 1 Towering Indent in Dirk because it's a good card with reach. 2 Prey Upon because just makes creatures fight, and so you can either, it's basically attacking the creature instead of attacking the player. 3 Young Wolf. This is an Undying deck, so see a few Undying. 2 Wild Hunger. 3 Strangled Iced. And 2 Orchard Spirit. Orchard Spirit in there just to really sort of act as a flying, even though and so if my opponent has no flying cards, then they can't really stop it unless they use a enchantment or something. I use 1 Flare the Hatebound. It's a very good card, especially in the Undying deck, and it has Undying itself. And whenever Flare the Hatebound or another creature enters the battlefield from your graveyard, that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. So it's nice. I can basically deal with Flare the Hatebound. He would end dealing a good amount of damage And I use one Twitter's instance to gain control of target creature until end of turn, untap creature until end of turn, it gets +2/0 and haste. So I can basically just attack with it. You can deal a good amount of damage or take out one of their flying creatures. Because there's no way that you would block your own creature, so it's for sure damage most of the time. I use one rage thrower, and basically because there's lots of dying in this deck with Undying, so the creature basically dies twice, and then I ended up dealing 4 damage with rage thrower. Whenever another creature dies, rage thrower deals 2 damage to target player. And I use one Hell Rider, because haste is always good. And also, whenever a creature causes attack, Hell Rider deals 1 damage to the defending player. And I use 2 Fling. It's a nice card to sacrifice, just like my opponent is like, oh, I don't really want to destroy their cards because they're weak and don't want to make them stronger. I'll fling one of my cards and just deal damage to my opponent, and then that comes back as a 2/2 or something. That's like, which is the extra +1. I use 2 Bolts of Kratos because it's a good card and it's a tad bit better than Rolling Templar, because Rolling Templar doesn't really deals 2 damage to everything. Like if I had more flying, then I would use some Rolling Templars. And I also used 1 Rota the Siege Runner. 3 Pre-Hire Wolf, because it's one of the better Undying cards. One of pre attacks, creatures you control cannot be blocked this turn except by 2 or more creatures. So each creature has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures that attack. So if I attack with all my creatures, each creature needs to be blocked by 2 at least. And then I use 3 Near-Length Stalker. It's a very good Undying because it becomes a 5/2, but that's really all it is. It's a decent beat stick for 1 turn. Maybe you can get rid of some high cards, but basically that's itself 1 Wall of Fire. It's basically just a defender, and I can just pay bunch, just like defend with it and pay 5, giving it a +5. It's nice. I use 2 Goblin Arsonists. They're basically to use to sacrifice, really, because they're just 1/1s with no one dying. And I use 2 Rustic Rolls and 1 Gorehouse Chainwalker, just because Unleash is pretty good and it's nice to have something different than all Undying. I hope you like the deck profile, and leave a like and comment down below, and subscribe if you would like to see more. And I know this is not my usual upload, but I haven't been uploading that much, so just wanted to get at least something uploaded. I'll be uploading at my regular times, not weeks, which will be video game Monday, cards hopefully on a Wednesday, and then another video game or cards on Friday.